but we're working on that. I want to welcome to the studio Gaylord Taylor. Gaylord, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me,
Gaylord,
whoever did.
I did, because you know what? I saw you right after I came back in July, and you were immediately recognizable to me. And I can't say that about everybody that I ran into in July and August of last year. But I remember being here at the radio station or at Frontier, and you were the guy we talked about and getting like coffee mugs and the things that people needed to be able to promote their business. But everybody tells me you have an unbelievable career, not only in education, but music as well, which I didn't know, Gaylord.
Yes.
You still play?
Yes, I do.
Well, we're going to get into. I need to know more about that and where you're playing, quite honestly. And you know what? We're still looking for a theme song. We keep waiting for Chris Connor, who said he was going to get us a theme song.
We may have to just forget about Chris.
Think so?
We may find somebody else. Maybe Gaylord.
Maybe Gaylord has an idea. Is a good theme song for morning coffee. Pi Day. The reason why we got into that is because Jeff Vaughn can go out 6, 7 digits,
more
8
than that.
He can go much further than that.
Oh yeah.
And you and I can go
and
3.14. That's it.
Yeah, and he's reading off all those numbers, and I think there was an old phone number of mine listed in those numbers.
I tell you what, I just about had to put a straitjacket yesterday on Double D. Facebook went down.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
And Instagram went down.
Oh,
he couldn't post anything, and I thought I was going to have to put him down. Quite honestly, I've never seen anybody so nervous in my life. And I have to be honest, I had 2 or 3 things that I posted that I thought were pretty important. They didn't. They blew out into
wherever.
Yeah, and they didn't land in Facebook. So that was interesting. I think it's fixed.
And blew out is an appropriate word considering what we had out west yesterday and what we're going to be getting today, I think, in Illinois.
How hard is the wind going to blow?
Well, forecasters saying about 50 here. Maybe a wind gust of a high as 50 here. But there were reported wind gusts of 100 miles an hour yesterday in Texas and 80 out Nebraska, Colorado, that area.
Your radar shows the lines about on us?
Yeah, it is. And you know what? It looks like it could go to dumping on us anytime.
Anytime now. Gaylord, what we have here is we start the show with what we call the Bucket o' Bunk, which is what's going on this date in history and birthdays, and I hold those in my pork burger stained hands to be able to share with you. So you're welcome to join in on the Bucket o' Bunk. Birthdays today. Dr. Albert Einstein was born on this date in 1879. He died in 1955 at the age of 76. Of course, he was a theoretical physicist. He did the theory of relativity. Mass energy equivalence formula is
E equals mc squared.
Very good, my friend. Citizen of the United States. He came here, Gaylord, in 1940 on a visit. He was a German citizen, and that's when Hitler took over.
He decided to stay.
He was Jewish.
Ah.
Not going back to Germany on that that plane. And he became a United States citizen, and he sent a letter to FDR. And the letter says, you know, this work I'm doing, this could lead to a very big bomb. And maybe we ought to pursue that here because I know they're pursuing it in Germany. And thus the Manhattan Project and the first atomic bomb. Les, you're a musician, right, Gaylord? So if I say Les Brown, what do you say?
Band of Renown.
Yes, Gaylord knows. Les Brown and his Band of Renown. He was born in 1912. He died in 2001 at the age of 88. He was from Duke. He went to school at Duke, and his first band was.
What? We don't mention the D word here.
His first band was Les Brown and his Band of Blue Devils. Seriously. And then he got smart, and he did a lot of USO shows with Bob Hope. He was the band on the Dean Martin show. Remember in the early '60s?
Yes, I do.
And that was from '65 to '72. So Les Brown and his Band of Renown. This is a name that is very obscure. His name is Bob Golby, but I think it's interesting. Golby won the 1968 Masters. He's from Belleville, Illinois.
Oh, is that the guy that won the Masters because somebody forgot to fill out their scorecard or
Well,
something?
yes. Roberto Di Vincenzo was leading. His partner took care of the scorecard, and he gave him a 4 instead of a 3, which he really shot. He shot a birdie on 17,
Yeah.
and the guy signed the card. And so instead of going on a playoff, Golby became the Masters champion. Can you believe it? So that's Bob Golby. He's from Belleville.
You know what they say. Luck is most of the time better than skill.
Yeah, well, he was skillful to be in that position, but nonetheless. Michael Caine, born on this date in 1933. Oh, there's a list. An unbelievable. His real name is Maurice Joseph Mickelweil.
Well, thank goodness he changed it.
He did change. He didn't change it till 2016. You know why he did it? Why he changed it?
No.
He kept getting stopped in airports, security, because his stuff said Michael Caine, and they would do the background check, and his name was Micklewhite. That's what his given name was. He's been in 130 films. He's an icon in Britain. My favorite, A Bridge Too Far. But, of course, he played Nigel Powers and Austin Powers.
He was in Zulu, the movie Zulu.
Yes. He's the only actor to be nominated for Academy Awards from 1960 through 2000 each decade. Who's the other?
No clue.
Jack Nicholson.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He used to, get a load of this, Gaylord. At his height before the 1970s, he did 80 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
80.
How do you do that?
You have to be puffing all the time.
Yeah.
You'd have to get up in the middle of the night almost to be able to get up to 80 a day.
Wait, now, did he actually finish 80 cigarettes a day, or did he
Well-
puff on a couple, put them out, take a couple of puffs, put it down, go on, and then pull another one out?
I've never heard of anybody smoking that much. Have you?
No.
I mean, I don't know that, Mark, because I don't hang out with Michael Caine, but
Right.
that even half of that is incredible. And he's alive.
Yeah.
He's
Still alive and kicking,
He's
yeah.
alive. He's 86 years old today. So anyway, I thought that was really interesting. Michael Martin Murphy, born this date in 1945. He's 73. Cowboy songs, lots of cowboy songs.
Yeah, he had a couple of crossover hits.
Yes.
Wildfire.
Yes, I remember that song.
That one,
And the biggest one I thought today was Billy Crystal. He's 71 today.
He looks marvelous. Absolutely marvelous.
He got his big break in the sitcom Soap. He played a gay son of the family, and then he went on kind of a spree. Throw Mama from the Train, a movie by that name. When Harry Met Sally, City Slickers, Analyze This. He was a voice in Monsters Inc. Married in his...
Not to mention his Saturday Night Live stuff.
Oh, yes. Married in 70, been married to the same woman, 2 kids. He hosted the Academy Awards 9 times,
He doesn't do it anymore because he's not political enough.
apparently. His big break was being put on the dais of the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast of Muhammad Ali, because he could do
He could do the Muhammad Ali, or he could do the
impression.
Howard
Howard Cosell
Howard
and
Cosell impression. Yeah,
and Muhammad Ali.
yeah.
And of course, he looks marvelous. Music history today. 1956, the movie Rock Around the Clock with Bill Haley made its premiere in Washington, D.C. 1958, Perry Como's Catch a Falling Star was certified as his first gold single. 1963, Jerry and the Pacemakers released their first British single, How Do You Do It? 1981, Eric Clapton was admitted to a hospital in St. Paul, Minnesota after a serious attack of bleeding ulcers.
Really.
He canceled a 60-date tour of the U.S. in 81. 98, Ray Charles made his first appearance on QVC. Yeah.
QVC.
Yes. He was selling something. On this date in history, 1794, Eli Whitney received a patent for the cotton gin. 1901, Utah Governor Heber Wells vetoed a bill that would have relaxed restrictions on polygamy
Uh-huh.
in Utah. Why do we need more than one wife? I'm asking. Why would you think we'd need more than one wife?
I'm in trouble enough with one wife.
Take my wife, please.
Yeah. Take my other wife.
Yeah.
Please. Please.
In Utah, before then, that you could have said that. Take all my wives, please. In 1914, Henry Ford announced the new continuous motion method to the assembly line.
The assembly line, yeah.
1932, George Eastman, the founder of Kodak, committed suicide. There were
What?
Yes, there were no pictures taken. 1936, Adolf Hitler told a crowd of 300,000 that Germany's only judge is God and itself.
Uh-huh.
Got a call?
I think we do. Good morning, you're on Morning Coffee.
Hello?
Hello, you're on Morning Coffee. Okay, well, they hung up.
I got something.
Apparently did not want to
Send
talk
me a
to us.
message. Why do you need more than one mother-in-law? I love my mother-in-law. I love her. So I don't think she listens, but I hope somebody tells her I said that. 1943, FDR became the first U.S. president to fly an airplane while in office. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Let's hope it wasn't the 737
yeah, the
MAX.
Boeing.
Yeah. 1947, U.S. signed a 99-year lease with the Philippines for Subic Bay, a naval station. 1967, JFK's body moved from a temporary grave to the permanent one where he is now. And get a load of this. 1979, the Census Bureau reported that 95% of all Americans were either married or would get married.
What year was that?
1979.
Wow.
My, have things changed.
Right.
So there's the bucket bunk.
All right.
You want to take a break before
We
we come
do.
back and talk to Gaylord?
We do.
All right. Gaylord Taylor's here. We'll talk to him on Morning Coffee coming back.
Ladies of all ages, mark your calendars for Saturday, April 6th. The Fairfield retail merchants want to pamper you with special deals available for one day only. This is a special shopping day for everyone. However, by calling Serendipity or Uniquely Rustique to RSVP, you will be entitled to a special packet of savings tailor-made just for you. RSVP by March 22nd to receive your coupons. Get your girlfriends together and come to Fairfield for a day of fun and shopping as the retail merchants do their best to help you relax and enjoy the day.
With new direct low-cost flights to Destin, Fort Walton Beach, and more flights to Orlando, plus hundreds of daily competitive price destinations, Evansville Regional Airport is magically convenient and universally appealing. With flights for a princess and fares for a pauper. Visit flyevv.com and make all of your travel wishes come true. Evansville Regional Airport. Convenience and affordable fares to any destination.
Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when England and Argentina went to war?
British forces are tonight firmly established back on the Falkland Islands.
John Hinckley went on trial for shooting President Reagan. The New York Islanders copped their third straight Stanley Cup. Barney Miller ended a 7-year TV run.
Gentlemen, 12th Precinct has ceased to exist.
The Indy 500 had its closest finish ever.
John has won the Indianapolis 500. He won it by less than a car length.
And here's what your car radio is playing.
And it's a run for the roses. Crimson Clover. You got a man on your mind. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Rosanna, Rosanna. It was the heat of the moment. So let it rip. I'm still in Saigon.
You've got it now, right? If not, the answer and a splash of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Stop by the Fairfield Save-A-Lot on West Main Street in Fairfield and take advantage of these great deals. Red Rooster red potatoes, $1.49 in a 2-pound bag. Cabbage, 49 cents a pound. Twin pack pork butts, 99 cents a pound. And fresh slab of bacon, $2.99 a pound. Price is good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store on West Main Street in Fairfield, and give them a like on Facebook.
May 1982. Ebony and Ivory.
Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder with Ebony and Ivory, the top song of May 1982. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
WFIW weather brought to you by Subway. Get to Subway for the 7 for 7 menu. Choose one of 7 different 6-inch subs, including favorites like the Italian BMT and Black Forest ham, plus chips and a 21-ounce drink, all for $7. Subway, make it what you want. A real estate and personal property auction for Bill Cox and Jeff Cox will be held Saturday, March 16th at 10 a.m., 104 West Davenport Street, Crossville. Personal property consists of antiques and collectibles, including Pink Depression pieces, furniture, household, appliances, shop, lawn and garden items will be available. The home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a 2-car attached garage. The house is in good condition and will need very little TLC to be move-in ready. 20% down the day of auction. Call Rothrock Auction to view this property. Rothrock Auctions. Mark Rothrock, auctioneer.
Going beyond the expected. It's what they do at Pekin Insurance, and it's been their way of doing business since 1921. It's service that goes the extra mile and products that provide the flexibility to meet all of today's insurance needs and tomorrow's as well. Stop by and see Randy Hallam or John Ametter at Tucker Hallam Insurance in Wayne City. They will provide you with the financial protection and peace of mind you need and deserve. Tucker Hallam Insurance and Pekin. Beyond the expected.
The phone number to call in is 842-3715. Now, back to Morning Coffee on WFIW, YouTube, and WFIWradio.com.
Morning Coffee brought to you by TTT Designs at 1411 West Main in Fairfield. They're ready to complete your idea. You can visit them Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
I want to remind you the Sisseton Fireworks Annual Breakfast coming up by donation only on Saturday at 6 a.m. until the breakfast runs out. That's at the Sisseton Fire Department. They're going to have some sausage and some pancakes and drinks. Those donations will go to the annual fireworks show on Friday, July 5th. So we're glad to pass that along. Gaylord Taylor, even though you're well known yourself, you're also well known for your kids. Now, help me here, Mark, but it's fair to say that when talking about the greats when it comes to basketball at FCHS, I've heard a lot of names kicked out. Jed Foster, Kylie Gwaltney.
Mm-hmm.
Kent Taylor's one of those names. He had a great career here.
Yes, he did.
And tell me about where he is.
Right now he lives in Richardson, Texas, which is a North Dallas suburb, and he is head of the chaplains department at a big hospital in Plano, Texas.
Really? Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. Tom Ulrich,
right?
God bless him, his memory. Tom would make a tour through Texas. He would stay with your son,
mm-hmm.
and then the next place he would stay is with us in West Texas.
Right.
So we always knew what was going on with Kent because Tom would have the latest.
Yeah.
Now, you have 2 daughters, too?
I have 2 daughters.
And where are they?
The oldest one, Krista, is at Mattoon. She's a counselor at Mattoon High School. And the youngest one now is in Phoenix, actually Gilbert, Arizona.
Right.
And she's a kind of a stay-at-home mom. Her husband's a doctor.
And that doctor travels a lot.
Yeah, last year he took them to Iraq.
Yeah.
Actually, Kurdistan, which is a section of Iraq that's pro-American. It's kind of funny.
Kurds, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Kind of funny to watch. Sherry would send us pictures, and there the street signs would be in English.
Huh.
Yeah, it was a big city, about 3.5 million. But they got along fine over there. But and 2 years ago, they lived in Arabia for a year.
My goodness.
And he was a personal physician to the Crown Prince, who is now King of Arabia.
Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah.
Wow. So, your kids, they're all doing well.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, they're all well known by our audience here. I want to talk about you for a second. Now, I know all about your education career and your career as a businessman, you and your wife with the store you had downtown and stuff like that. I remember that well. What I didn't realize is that you're an accomplished musician.
Well, I play.
Where do you play, Gaylord?
Well, nearly every Friday night I play at Edgewood, Illinois, which is 19 miles southwest of Effingham on Route 37, north of Salem.
You've been there, right?
I have been to the Edgewood Opry, and there's some pretty darn good music.
Yeah.
What kind of music?
All kinds of music, but mainly bluegrass and gospel and country.
Yeah, right.
And what do you play?
What instrument do I play? I play. It's called a banjitar. It looks like a banjo. You play it like a guitar.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you learn to play?
When I was about 11 years old, my dad played, and he showed me some chords and it turned me loose, and I just kind of learned everything on my own since then.
Okay, so you make this commitment to go up there every Friday. Are there many people from Wayne County that make that trip to see it?
To see it?
Yes.
Not too many. There's some occasionally. There used to be more than there come now, but there's two fellows that play. Terry Smith plays almost every Friday night except during tax season.
I've heard about him. We have to talk about him for a second. Terry Smith, I've been told I need to have him on in that chair sometime.
Yes.
And I've been told that because, maybe somebody is overstating this, but they said he was an absolute remarkable guitarist.
He's the best I've ever played with. In fact, he's one of the best in the world. Not just here. He's one of the best lead guitar players in the world.
And he's doing taxes in Fairfield?
Yes.
And where does he play besides?
Anywhere anybody wants him to play, he'll usually go.
And he was in Vegas.
Right. He was in Vegas for a period of time. Yeah, played out there.
And people would request him play
there,
with him.
Yeah, he told me that he usually, if Waylon Jennings or Merle Haggard was in town, they always asked for him to come and play for them.
We got a call. Go ahead.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Hello.
Oh, hi. I can speak to someone about rescheduling an appointment.
Okay. All right. Thank you. We'll put it on. Call back the business line, which is 842-2159.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I don't think they want to reschedule an appointment with you, Gaylord. So I think we're okay. But so he would any of those big names came in, they'd say, "I want Terry Smith to play lead guitar in my band." Mm-hmm. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Now, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. My wife Tina, who used to spend a lot of time at your house.
Right, she did.
She says when you were principal out at Miriam, you used to do the auctioneer.
Yes, I still do.
Okay.
Probably done that song more times than any other in my life.
Said she liked it better than the original.
Yeah. Well,
you guys are talking over my head. That's a song?
Yeah, the auctioneer. Yeah.
I've never heard it.
Oh, you haven't?
We should have made you bring your guitar along. That's what we should have done. But that was a favorite out there at Miriam, huh?
That's what Tina says. I didn't go out to Miriam, but that's what she tells me. Says you used to sing it every year, or at least once a year.
Oh yeah, we had some music program to raise money for PTA, and I'd usually sing it there.
And did you not? Am I mistaken, or did you not do it at the Miriam reunion?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I thought you did.
Yeah.
So
I have a lot of people request it up there. I don't try to sing it a lot, but if they request it, I'll sing it, and it's a lot of people want to hear it. So.
Do you play with a band up there? Is that what
there's a part of a stage band that will play for anybody that wants to sing, and sometimes we'll have 35 people show up to sing.
Okay, so it's like a karaoke thing.
It's like open mic night
with a live band.
You have no idea what they're going to sing and what key they're going to be in, and sometimes they don't either.
Right. Let me step back for just a second. We're going to celebrate on Saturday one of the most remarkable basketball seasons in the history of the high school. Mm-hmm. We're going to be out there at 9 o'clock.
At McDonald's.
And we're going to feed, McDonald's is going to feed the basketball team that ended up 32-3.
Uh-huh.
What kind of teams did your son play? Everybody talks about Kent and his abilities. What kind of teams did he play with? What are some of the people that he played that were on his team, and what kind of seasons did they have? Do you remember, Gaylord?
They all had winning seasons. He was going to start his freshman year, but the week before the first game he was going to start, he turned his ankle, and he didn't play any that year. He played JV ball. But sophomore year, they were very good. They had guys like Steve Felix and Kevin McNeil, and one of the Baker boys. I don't remember which one of them it was. But they went a ways, and then his junior year they were good. His senior year they made it to the I think the Elite Eight maybe.
That would be the team that made it to the Elite Eight?
92, 93?
79.
Okay, 79, okay.
So it was even before that.
Okay, even before that, okay.
Yeah. And that year had he and Larry French and Donnie Pike and Jeff DeWitt.
Those were fun times to watch.
They
wasn't
were,
it?
yeah, they were.
As a father, I've got 3 sons, and I just smacked my microphone.
Well, you do that a lot.
Yeah, I know. As a father, I watch all 3 of them grow up and go through school, and at the point that the youngest one had his senior night, that was just a feeling of overall loss that you'd gone on this journey with him, and now it's over.
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean? And I really didn't deal with that very well. Now I get to do it all over again with grandkids. How many grandkids you got, Gabe?
7.
7. They got any basketball players there, buddy?
Not really.
Really?
Kent's son was not big. Kent was 6'2", 6'3", but his son never cared for basketball. He was 5'10". He's 5'10" now, and he early in his life he had something wrong with. He had to take medicine to keep him settled down a little bit, and it stunted his growth. But he was a baseball pitcher. He pitched 2 years of college baseball.
Really? Where?
At Hill Junior College north of Waco.
I know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
That's Willie Nelson's hometown.
Oh, it is.
Hill College, yes. Yeah, Hill, Texas. Did you follow, Gaylord, did either one of you follow this continuing story about this scandal that has to do with college admissions?
Yes.
You saw that this morning, Gaylord? Here's what I thought was really, besides, the one that I'm kind of focusing on is this Lori Loughlin. She's the one in Full House, and she has a daughter. She had 2 daughters, and they spent $500,000 to get those 2 daughters into USC, which is amazing to me. And they got them in through the guys that they were rowers. They would get a place on the rowing team, which they'd never picked up an oar before in their lives. So they her and her husband spent $500,000 to be able to get them in to this admissions scandal. Now the 19-year-old daughter, while this was breaking, she's in. She was on a boat, a yacht, that's owned by the USC Board of Trustees.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
When she heard the news. Now, how do these people stay in this at these universities? How do they now? She did a YouTube video where essentially she told people, I don't go to class. I'm here to be able to be here for football game days on Saturdays.
Could she not have taken that $500,000 and bought season tickets and tailgated?
Yes.
I mean, I would think so. I know lots of guys up at Illinois that buy season tickets. They tailgate every home game.
I wonder just exactly. Now, apparently, a lot of the Hollywood types are turning on these folks. But I'm under, when you really examine this, who didn't get to go to college by virtue of this? Mm-hmm. That's where I think the crime is. It's one thing that if you got $500,000 to blow, to get your kid into a particular school. You remember one of the Waltons bought half of the Missouri Arena, wrote a check for millions to get, and it was named after his daughter, Paige, and Paige went to USC, got a degree, a bachelor's degree, and then there was a story that said she got the degree because she had a team of people that went to class for her and took her tests. And then Missouri had to take the name, they called it the Page Arena at Columbia.
Yeah.
They had to take the name off because of the shame that was associated with.
And that was the women's basketball court.
No,
arena.
that was the big one.
Was it the big one?
Right now it's Mizzou Arena.
Yeah.
But then it was
Page.
the Page Arena,
Okay.
the Page Center. And it got so embarrassing for Missouri, they had to change the name. So I find this all so disturbing. And, from people that have more money than they have sense. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of them out there like that.
I listen to Dave Ramsey quite a bit on our AM station. Do you ever do that, Gaylord?
Yes. I haven't for a while, but yeah.
And his comment is, Go to a community college for 2 years, which I'm a huge advocate of. Go to community college for 2 years, and then go to a state school. Don't get yourself into triple-digit debt to get your degree. And I think that's great. I mean, because no one ever asks you where your degree is from.
Yeah, right.
I mean, can you remember in your career in education where anybody said, listen, I don't know, you went to, and where did you go, Galen?
I got my bachelor's degree from Eastern and then my master's degree from University of Illinois. And then I went to University of South Dakota for a summer and George Peabody. And at George Peabody, they said, you get that on your resume, and that'll mean a lot. I said, people where I come from never heard of George Peabody College.
Yes. Well, isn't that interesting? But no one ever asked you.
No.
Did they?
No.
No one ever asked me where my degrees were from. And so, I mean, and yet I have the debt to show that I went to those schools. But it makes perfect sense when Ramsey says that to not. And here you have a situation where somebody, we're not talking about the tuition or the fees or the where they live. They paid $500,000 just to get them in.
Yeah.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. It's pouring over your shoulder right now.
Yes, I can hear it in the background.
Well, it's not blowing yet. That's a good thing.
That rain's bringing in the wind.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
I can tell you that to have an athletic scholarship is better than most scholarships. They pay more. They pay better.
They pay better.
Kent had a full ride to SIUE, and people say, "How much? What does it cost to send a kid to college?" I said, "We give him $10 a month to help eat on."
Well, and nowadays you don't even have to do that because they give them stipends in some conferences.
Well, that's before they were Division I over at SIU. It's before they had a gym.
Oh yeah, they play in the high school gyms.
You play at the Edwardsville High School gym.
Yeah.
Did he play 4 years over there?
He played 2 years of basketball and 4 of baseball.
Son of a gun! I didn't even know he was a baseball player.
Oh yeah, he managed to pitch him to 4th in the nation that year.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah. They had the World Series in Riverside, California, and he won their only game that they played out there.
That's fantastic. And I had no idea. Got this in the. I was looking at this. Illinois should be proud. We have, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, we have the oldest living rabbit living in Illinois right now.
Okay, and where's this at?
I'm not exactly sure of the town it's in, and I'm hoping it's not fake news because now here's the picture of the rabbit with a hat on.
With a hat on. A rabbit with a hat.
Yes, and it's got the certificate from the Guinness Book of World Records behind it. You got to get that certificate fast because the rabbit could go at any moment.
Well, yeah. And where's Tom at? He's got a pet rabbit.
Does he?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, let's find out what the average age of a rabbit is before they keel over. You have any idea, Galen?
I have no idea.
I find this.
Depends a lot on how often they get shot.
Well, this one is. How old do you think How old do you think is the oldest rabbit that living currently?
14 or 16. 14 or 15.
How about you, Galen?
12.
16.
16. Really?
16.
Now, do they multiply rabbit years like they do like dog years?
Dog years? Rabbits multiply.
Yeah, I know. But
I don't think this guy, he looks a little bit long in the tooth to be multiplying.
I don't know. His name may be Tony Randall.
Gaylord, we had Tony. We did Tony Randall's birthday came up recently, and we did a little bit. He was 75 when he married a 25-year-old woman, and they had 2 kids.
Wow.
And that's
anybody would tell that story too.
Goes wow,
wow.
All right. Well, I'm going to depend on you to come up with trivia today.
Oh, I've got some trivia.
All right.
I had a. Tell you where I got this trivia
from.
Okay,
good. We do trivia at the end of every show.
I have a trivia for you.
Good. Hold on a second. Go ahead.
How many years has my wife and I been married coming in June?
Okay, so this has to be plus 50, right? I mean, over 50.
Well, Kent's 58, so.
That means nothing, Gaylord.
I'm going to say 65.
No, not quite that much.
No. So if he's 58, I'm going to give you 60.
Right.
Okay. Well,
60
congratulations.
years.
That's incredible.
Is she listening this morning?
Yeah, oh, she's supposed to be.
Well, God bless you, and
Okay.
because obviously
and are Christy and Sherry and Kent listening?
No.
Okay.
Well, they can watch it on TV.
Call them later and tell them watch it.
Okay.
So
here's what I have to say. God bless you,
Yeah.
Mrs. Taylor, for putting up with Gaylord for 60 years. That's incredible.
So anyway, Mary Smith
Uh-huh.
came in, saw Mary Smith the other day. She
Yeah.
goes, at our meeting at church,
Mhm.
at I think the First Christian Church, they had the ladies' meeting.
Yeah.
And they had a gentleman speak, and he talked about Route 45.
Okay.
And she brought in these trivia questions that he had asked about the ladies' group about Route 45, and she goes, I thought you might want to ask those.
Those are perfect.
And I said, yes, I will.
Do you remember the trivia question I had about Route 45?
No.
It is the longest continuous route in Illinois. It goes from the bottom of the state through the top into Wisconsin.
Okay, so there you go. I'll have it.
How far south does it go?
I think it goes below the border, quite honestly.
At
of
least to
Illinois.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think
Yeah.
so.
But it's the longest in Illinois. So we're going
All
to
right,
take
hey,
a break.
There's Tom.
All right, Tom.
Come in here real quick.
What do you know about rabbits?
I have a pet rabbit.
You have what's the name of your pet
I know
rabbit?
you feel that I've betrayed the Basset Hound dog.
Well, my Basset Hounds would not like to hear this about you. They like
I
you.
had a Basset Hound, now I have a rabbit.
Okay, so what's the name of your rabbit?
Henry.
How old is Henry?
Henry is 4.
You got 12 years to get the record, Tom. Let's work on it. Let's get some good Purina rabbit chow in this animal, and let's get it out for exercise every day, okay?
All right.
And it needs to cut down on its smoking. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with... All right, we're back with more Morning Coffee with Gaylord Taylor right after this.
Black's Fashion Flowers in downtown Fairfield is your home for tuxedo rentals from Jim's Formal Wear. Whether you're headed to prom or getting married, Black's can make that special day even more special by helping you look good. And don't forget, Black's can also custom design your wedding and prom flowers. Stop by 310 East Main in Fairfield or give them a call at 847-7076. Black's Fashion Flowers, your florist with a personal touch, across from the courthouse in downtown Fairfield. And remember to like them on Facebook.
At Jackie's Hidden Treasures, you never know what you'll find. Pick up a certificate at the Big Deal Store for incredible savings. There's always something new at Jackie's Hidden Treasures on the Square in Sisney.
March is the time to save some green, and that's exactly what you can do when you shop at Ubinger's Furniture Company. And now, for a limited time, Ubinger's is offering up to 2 years free financing. Minimum purchase, payment, and approval required. See store for details. This way you can get your home all spruced up and comfy for spring. But hurry out before this deal is gone. Only at Ubinger's Furniture Company, where the deal's worth a drive. Highway 50 East, Flora.
Seasons change, people change, financial needs change. This is Anthony Vaughn, your ag and commercial lender at Fairfield Banking Company. As your bank, we're here to see you through those changes and to make sure your accounts reflect the seasons of your life. Our staff is ready to help you make the changes necessary to ensure that your financial needs are being taken care of. Stop in and see me at the Fairfield Banking Company. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. Sheldon Bunning from Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler on the phone. Good morning, Sheldon.
Good morning, Mark.
What's going on today?
Sheldon, you ever have a pet rabbit?
Yes, I have.
Really? What was his name?
I don't remember. I think it was Charlie, but that has been like a very many moons ago.
Charlie, it was a male rabbit.
All right.
You
Did
knew
he
that.
multiply?
Did he multiply?
Was he good in math?
In a way, he did. I think he got so big that he probably couldn't get out of the door of his cage.
Aha!
You overfed. See, you can't get to 16 years when you overfeed your rabbit, Sheldon.
No, mine did not make it anywhere near the 16-year mark. Wow. And I'm fairly certain that he might have gotten it after he was
gotten it. All right.
After his mass coronary.
With a little gravy. Yes.
Alrighty.
All right. Well,
yeah. All right.
Good enough.
All right, Sheldon, you were telling me earlier this week you were thinking about getting the Jeep out this weekend because it's going to be gorgeous weather.
I'm hoping so. We actually did it like a semi run last night, so mine's sitting out in the driveway getting a very much needed bath as we speak.
All right. So if folks want to join you on that Jeep run this weekend, they can come see you, right?
That is correct. That is correct.
What kind of deals you got going on with the Jeeps?
Let's look here. On my Wranglers, I have them marked down quite a bit. I've got a few new 18s left, a couple Saharas and a couple Sports. And let me do the math here real quick. But I have some pretty big discounts on them. And there may be some other discounts out there that, folks would qualify for, like the supplier or the, that we don't have on our website because not everybody qualifies for that. So, but I've got a Sahara here that we have marked down $5,866. So those are some pretty big savings on a new Wrangler.
Well, yeah, that'll pay. That you know what? That savings will pay for several Jeep runs.
That is correct. That is correct.
And the assorted activities that go on with a Jeep run, right?
Yeah.
But besides Jeep, you've got some great deals on some trucks going on right now too.
We do. I think up to $11,000 off on the new 19 Ram 1500 truck, up to $11,000 off of those. And I think I've got one of the classics left that I think that I'm going to have roughly around $12,000 in discounts on. So.
Hey, Sheldon.
Yeah.
I got a guy here on the show that says he knows you.
Well.
You know who our guest is this morning?
No, I haven't even tuned in this morning.
Gaylord Taylor. Gaylord Taylor. Does that name ring a bell?
He was my old principal at New Hope School.
Gaylord said, he was talking to me, he's whispering to me while you're on, he says, I got a teacher came to me one time and said, you got to go in there and take care of Sheldon. He's telling jokes in class.
Yes, he reminded me of that story, so that's probably for the heroin. Yes.
Some things never change, Sheldon.
Well, hey.
All right.
I have plenty of practice, I guess.
All right, Sheldon, LeMansOnline.com is the website, and you can get everything from soup to nuts on that website. You can check out the inventory. You can pre-qualify for a vehicle on that website with financing.
That is correct. You can take care of your financing right there.
All right. Sheldon, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you Monday.
All right, and don't let Gaylord sway you guys on me.
All right, Sheldon Bunning from Milan Chevrolet Chrysler joins us every Monday and Thursday here on the WFIW Morning Show. Time for that radar weather brought to you by Stumpy's.
Are you tired of mowing around or looking at that ugly tree stump in your yard? Removing a tree stump doesn't have to be a burden. Stumpy's can make the process quick and easy. A local business started by Clay Marks through the Mount Carmel CEO program offers free estimates, cheap rates, cleanup, and no mess after the job is completed. Clay guarantees you'll be happy with his work, so call him today at 838-0635. That's 838-0635.
Wind advisory in effect through 7 tonight. A 60% chance for rain today with a high 68. Partly cloudy tonight, low 44. Tomorrow, cloudy skies, high 42. Sunshine 48 on Saturday. For Sunday, mostly sunny, high 50. And for Monday, mostly sunny with a high 48. Overnight low was 60. Yesterday's high was 72. We've had 27/100ths of an inch of rainfall here at the WFIW studios overnight and this morning. Currently, humidity at 100%. Winds from the southeast at 12 miles an hour. And the pressure at 29.6. Right now, believe it or not, sun trying to poke its head out in the north. And we've got 60 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar weather. That's not looking too bad as well. Those storms we mentioned earlier, they are moving to the northeast out of the Wayne County area this morning. Radar weather brought to you this morning by Stumpy's. You can contact Clay Marks on Facebook, or you can call him at 838-0635 to get your free estimate today. He'll remove unwanted tree stumps and help whip your yard back into shape.
You can watch the show on YouTube or by following the link on Facebook. Now, back to Morning Coffee on WFIW.
Morning Coffee brought to you by TTT Designs in Fairfield. They can bring your design to life. Stop by and see them at 1411 West Main Street in Fairfield. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee. And Gaylord, you're going to have the kids check this out on YouTube. It's posted there. Everybody can watch it after the fact. I want to remind you also about what's coming up next Friday night, the Liars Banquet. You heard about it this morning on the news. Come hear the best. I don't know if I like being referred to as one of the best liars in Wayne County, but I'll be a part.
They may not be referring to you.
I could be a pretty lousy liar.
Well, I know. They could be, come here the best. 11 of the best and one of the worst.
March 22nd. That's going to be at the Christian Church, and pretty good menu.
All right. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Good morning, gentlemen, and your extinguished guest.
That sounds like David Savage.
It's not David Savage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what's up?
Hey, I was wanting you to know that the average lifespan of a rabbit is somewhere 9 to 10 years.
Oh.
A domestic will not live as long as they're kept in the hutch. If they're kept in their house, as a house pet, then they have a longer lifespan.
Well, this one lives.
All right.
This one's living 16 years now.
He's-
Living on a prayer.
Got to be living in the house.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Thanks
you
for calling.
Thank you. Well, we've certainly exposed the life of the rabbit.
We have. All right.
So
Are
you got
we
some.
ready?
You got some trivia for
Yeah.
us. Okay, Galen, dive in here.
Route 45 trivia, courtesy of Mary Smith.
All right.
this
Thank you,
morning.
Mary.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. How many miles is Route 45?
Are you talking about
In Illinois.
Just in Illinois.
In Illinois.
What do you think, Galen?
Oh,
I'd say from tip to top, we'd have to be talking about over 300 miles, wouldn't you think?
oh yeah, I think so.
Think 400?
Probably closer to 400 than 300.
I'm going to say 385.
Gaylord?
425.
Ooh, you are close. 429.
Wow. Good job. We'll give it to Galen.
Yeah, we will. All
Galen.
right. The most southern Illinois community on Route 45.
Wow.
Basically, where does it cross the Ohio River?
Okay. I'm going to say no, it's not. It's not Bridgeport down there. Bridgeport's up north of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
Bridgeport.
Okay, I'm trying to think of, it's right down there by Elizabethtown and
No, it's pretty close to Paducah and Metropolis.
so is Metropolis the
No, it is
okay,
not
all right,
Metropolis.
All right, you got a clue,
No, I don't.
Gaylord? Okay.
Brookport.
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 Bridgeport is what was in my mind.
right.
It's Brookport.
And,
okay.
and have you ever driven that bridge at Brookport?
No.
It's the one that's has no decking on it. It's just
so you can look under.
you can look down and see the river, and
They don't
you're
let-
going across it, and you're just it's like and you're just wobbling.
And where does it lead
Goes
to?
into Paducah.
Into Paducah?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I haven't done that.
Okay, you'll have to do that sometime.
It's an experience.
It is. It is.
Sort of
All
like the
right.
one that's out here in Crossville, that they stopped people going across.
No, I think it's a little
New Harmony.
It's a little more scary than that.
Even that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mhm. All right. Northernmost Illinois community on Route 45.
Boy, I don't know. It's got to be north of Chicago, right up there on the border.
Right.
I don't have a clue.
I don't either.
Antioch, Illinois.
Don't even know. I've never even heard of Antioch, Illinois.
Well, you have now.
Yes, it's the northernmost point on Route 45. Everybody knows that.
All right. If you're taking Route 45 from Fairfield to Paducah, Kentucky on Route 45,
Right.
how many miles?
I'd say
125.
I'm going to go with Gaylord. 125.
You're a little high. 103.
Okay, well.
All right. Now, if you're taking Fairfield to the Wisconsin border on Route 45,
I
how
got
many
to
miles
do
is
a
that?
little bit of addition and subtraction there.
Yeah.
There's 100, and I said it was 300. And I would say 230.
That's 3 something.
Yeah. You
Okay.
failed math, apparently.
I sure did. Well,
314.
I can only go out to 3.14.
Oh, so can I.
I can't go further.
Well, and actually, ironically, it's 314.
And yet, oh yes, it is. Yeah. And yet, I'm very pro pi.
Yeah.
I'm
very pro pi.
I've made a life of being somebody that studies pi.
All right.
Pi are round,
Okay.
Cake are square. That was Jethro Bodine.
All right.
The prophet. You're trying to find another question.
No,
there,
no,
sorry.
I've got it. I'm just trying to understand this question.
Yeah, well,
how many Illinois?
Do I have to get a slide rule out?
How many Illinois counties does US 45 go through?
Okay, well, there are 102 counties in the state of Illinois. and it goes right up through the middle. And, of course, Wayne's a big county. I'm going to say that it touches at least a fourth of the counties in the state. That's just a guess on my part. So I'm going to say a little less than. I'm going to say 23.
32.
19.
Oh,
whoa!
Wow.
19
there must be some big counties.
Yeah, there must be.
Well, you know. Okay, now I figured out this final question.
All right, the last question. All right, Gaylord.
What is U.S. Route 45's connection to the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign campus?
What's its connection?
Yeah, basically, if you're on the campus at U of I, where's Route 45 from you?
It goes right to. I thought it cut it on the east side of campus, but I don't.
No, it's west side.
It's on the west side. Route 45 is actually on the western boundary of the campus.
Okay, I got my directions wrong. So that's it.
So
that's
those
the
are
western
your Route
boundary.
45 trivia questions.
That's fascinating.
From Mary Smith.
You did a wonderful job, and Mary did too. Thank you so very much.
You want a couple more here?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
We got just a little bit of time.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time. And this one's just for you. What's
Okay.
the largest land animal in the world?
It's a pink elephant. Gaylord yesterday, or the day before yesterday, Galen Dunn made fun of the fact that I said that I'd seen a pink elephant in the forest, and he said I probably missed that one too. Everybody's reminded me of that over the last couple of days. It was a good one.
Yes, we have. All right. What gravelly-voiced English singer was previously a gas fitter from Sheffield, England? He's no longer with us.
No, I would say that would be Joe Cocker.
Yes!
I'm better at this than I am Route 45 trivia. Now, if we could combine Joe Cocker trivia with Route 45 trivia in some way, I think I would be okay.
All right. On what campus does Route 45 connect to on the western side that Joe Cocker performed at?
University of Illinois.
I don't know if that's true or not, but, you know.
I got it.
All right.
Okay. And Gaylord went to the University of Illinois.
All right.
Yes, I did.
One final question.
All right.
What decade did mandatory driving testing begin?
I'm going to look to you, Gaylord, because you might have.
I'm going to give you. Well, I'm going to give you a little bone here. Throw out the decade as opposed to the year. So.
All right. You got a guess?
The 50s.
I'm going to say the 30s.
The 30s, 1935.
Boom shakalaka. Okay.
Yeah, he knows that. He knows that because he tested.
I did. I'm not that old. Gaylord, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
If you ever get a whim to put together a theme song, we're looking for one here. If you could beat Conard, we'll take your theme song. Okay. Gaylord Taylor, our guest on Morning Coffee tomorrow. Lots of Dreeth are going to be in the studio. You're going to be inundated with Dreeth tomorrow.
I'm going to be Dreethed out.
You will
tomorrow.
be. Yes.
Maybe I can have the day off tomorrow.
No, you're here.
The proud voice of the Fairfield Mules and the leader in southeastern Illinois sports. This is WFIW FM Fairfield, Illinois, 104.9.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City, where there's everyday low prices on Serta, Ashley, Catnapper, and Benchcraft mattresses.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. A former political advisor to President Trump back in court this morning, Roger Stone going before a judge over a possible gag order violation.
Struggling to keep himself out of jail.